All right. I hope. It looks like you didn't catch those on the captions. We made some very normal jokes.
Nope, it did. It
Oh,
did.
good. Thank God. Um, hello, welcome back. Yeah,
Hello and
I do
welcome
think it's
back.
extremely funny that he did not say you have to become a boy. You have to like dress like a boy. For that, he didn't tell her why. He's just like, no, you have to. Like, give her the reasoning. Okay, read a spell line here.
Assigned male by alchemist.
So true. Isn't that just transitioning?
Is the alchemist just the doctor?
Yeah, the alchemist. Well, the alchemist is the doctor. Listen, before endocrinologists, we had alchemists. Okay.
Before we had hormones, we had God,
Potions.
what are the Oh, I was going to say humors.
So true. So true.
To become trans, you have to have more bile.
I'm just thinking about someone fully identifying as a phlegmatic man or like a melancholic woman. Like specific gendered terms linked to humors of saying, yes, I'm a woman because my melancholic humor was out of whack. And becoming a woman was the only way to solve it.
True.
That's
All right.
being trans, baby. All right. Great.
All right. Poor Miss Grayrl. That must have been so awful for her.
Hester bought this house for my parents. Bought the house for my parents. They wouldn't have to worry about paying rent anymore. Damn, he was rich. As for Margaret, turned into gold, he brought her to his residence. He knew that if anyone saw her, they would report an incident of witchcraft.
It's the fucking goat.
Yeah, it's the goat. It's totally the goat. That's so funny. And this Miss Margaret, is she still in that golden state? Yes, she is. That's strange. We have received no reports of anyone by that name having gone missing. Margaret is being kept in the basement in the master's study.
The basement? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this Margaret, is she,
Yes, my dear friend, was a goat that we were keeping at our house. A goat? Until then, Master Belduke had mainly been researching medicine, but since the incident with Margaret, he became known as an alchemist.
So that's when he became an alchemist. I was wondering why the goat was the only thing not covered in dust.
Sure, she probably doesn't want to sell this goat that she has a big affinity for. But admittedly, probably not a great farmer if you're not willing to sell the goat you have an affinity for.
Also, that's so row-coded.
It's very row-coded.
That's just for you.
Thank you. Except row, not a goat, but yes.
Have you caught that I've been making that joke constantly since the beginning?
I have.
Okay, good. Because it's on purpose.
I know. That's how I started a new life as Master Belduke's butler. Sir Belduke would sometimes work as a physician, curing the townspeople of their illnesses. As his assistant, you have also shown commitment to helping the townspeople through your work. I forgot about being a witch and was able to live happily, at peace with everyone. I thought it could stay like that forever. But those peaceful days came to an abrupt end. Tell us, what in the world was the cause? Even I am not quite sure what led to this, however, it all started 3 months ago with that lightning strike. Master Belduke and I were on our way back home, carrying specimens for experiments. An old bell tower appeared in the flames. Everyone who saw it was stupefied. But the expression on Master Belduke's face was unlike anything I'd seen before.
What do you mean?
His face went pale and twisted in sheer terror. He was shaking violently. It wasn't just astonishment at an unusual phenomenon. It seemed as if he was afraid of something more concrete. Perhaps Sir Belduke saw something that others couldn't. He cancelled his experiments for that night and began writing a letter to someone. A letter? I found out about it when I brought him his bottle of tomato juice.
I wonder if in the original it was just wine, like translated.
Maybe. He was writing feverishly as if he were possessed. I saw some things. A few words in that letter. Expose everything. Cannot keep this secret any longer. The truth about the witch.
Oh. Different witch.
Master Belduke was going to confess that I was a witch. Belduke had the Caesars. Everything went black in front of my eyes. I'll never forget the feeling that overwhelmed me at that moment. Is that when you decided to commit the crime? What I did first was accidentally singe a part of the wall in my room. It was an excuse to repaint that sector of the wall green. Then you also painted the wall behind that painting in Sir Belduke's study. And when that fateful night came, I used a syringe to inject a soporific through the cork and into the bottle of the tomato juice. So many thoughts were running through my head as I wished Master a good night. I opened the portal behind him. He was right there in front of me, asleep. I reached for the letter in the letterbox, taking care not to wake him. And then I happened to notice the name on the envelope. Storyteller. When I read that name, the world all around me turned black once more. It's impossible to avoid what is written by the storyteller. It seemed as if I could hear the doors to all escape routes shutting closed. It was the sound of despair. I would like you to believe me. The thought of taking Master Belduke's life never once occurred to me. I only planned to steal that letter and then disappear. But as I looked upon Master sleeping there in front of me, at that moment I felt an evil presence awaken within me. Why did he save my life? And why did he betray me? Before I realized what I was doing, my hands were clutching his neck. He didn't move at all, so I kept on clenching his neck.
He was already dead.
You think?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the truth about what happened 3 months ago. There is just one thing I fail to understand. Yes? You said you wanted to run away once you had stolen the letter. Despite that, you continued to live in Sir Belduke's residence, and now here you stand. Why did you not run away? My life has been thrown into disarray due to the absurdity of magic. I'd learned all about alchemy living at Master's residence. Alchemy is concerned with the logic that governs the world. I wanted to believe that there truly was such a thing. So I stayed in that place, hoping to one day see the irrational nature of magic overcome by the power of reason.
Magic being overcome by reason.
That night, I swapped the letter with blank sheets of parchment and waited for the sun to rise. I resolved to wait for the day my true identity could be exposed through reason and logic. It's so funny. Master's death remained a mystery for 3 months, and people started to lose interest. And then you appeared, Mr. Wright. On the day you visited the residence, I was listening to your conversation from the other room. As the time finally come for me, my heart was racing with anticipation. Then, a few minutes after everyone entered the room... Sorry, wait, destroyed my actual logic.
Oh, God.
Grey Earl wanted to destroy woke with facts and logic.
Is magic woke?
She's not like other witches. Yeah, magic's obviously woke. Witches are woke.
Right.
She's not like other
right,
witches,
right.
Claire. She's a pick-me witch.
No! Wait, is Grey Earl Grimes?
I'm just continuing. No, Grey Earl has standards. A few minutes after everyone entered that room, an unbelievable incident took place. That incident? A witch appeared in Master's study. What? I wanted to get a look at the witch, so I created a portal in the wall behind the painting. Precisely at that moment. Gold ore. Who knows what the witch said? How the witch sounds. Ooh, this is very interesting.
Very circus.
The witch used one of the very spells that I can use too. When I heard those words, a single thought flashed through my mind. This was my chance. I could dispose of my witch's scepter. I knew at the time what kind of a witch the Inquisition would be looking for.
A witch that can use Famalia and Goldor.
It occurred to me that I only needed to change one of the magic gems. I previously found out that the Famalia gem was purple. I realized that if I swapped the Goldor magic gem for my amethyst, I could pin the blame for my crime on that other witch.
So you changed one of the gems and threw the witch's scepter into that room. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Objection!
Wait a minute, Jean Grey Earl. This statement of yours is highly problematic.
Oh, no. How so, Inquisitor Barnum?
Yes, you are right. Can someone explain to me what this is about? I am a witch indeed. A sinful creature that killed the person to whom she owed her life. However, regarding the gentleman standing next to you, Mr. Wright, he may have fallen victim to a witch, but that witch was not me.
Ah.
Oh. Wait, what? Order! Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this? Jean Grey Earl admits killing Sir Belduke, but not to turning Sir Layton into gold. That is the gist of it, my lord. But lying about it is meaningless.
Lying? Just being a witch is a crime in itself. And the punishment for that crime is the same, regardless of whether she took one person's life or two. That's why there's no point in lying about it. I'm sure that's what the judge is thinking. Grey Earl is still claiming she never laid a finger on the professor. But if there's no point in lying, does that mean she must be telling the truth? So in that case, who's responsible for what happened to the professor? If it wasn't her, then who was it?
Mind if I say something? Take a hint, witness. Does it feel like this is the right moment for you to talk? You know, that's kind of why I was staying quiet till now. But I either say it now or never. Don't simply fall silent after saying that. It only makes it weigh on my mind more. Whatever did you want to say? Or Bluey. Great TV show, by the way.
Thank you,
Love
fam.
it. Watching me kids all the time.
Yes.
I need to make sure about something. Me head's not what it used to be, you know.
Ugh. Yes.
The alchemist butler, Lady Butler, she slipped sleep medicine into his drink.
That's correct. She laced his tomato juice with it.
And then I don't really know. She strangled the alchemist afterwards.
Yes, Sir Belduke was unconscious from the sleep medicine, so he didn't resist.
And that explains why he found no signs of struggle at the crime scene. Yeah, about that. Oh, I let it slip earlier about what I did at the crime scene, right? I told you that, I had a few sips of that juice. And the sleep medicine mixed in made you sleep like a log. Yes, we remember. Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's just between us, okay? You see, when I appropriated that juice, the juice bottle was, well, still unopened.
It was unopened?
Me throat was parched, I wasn't thinking straight. That brand new bottle was just there waiting for me with a corkscrew conveniently laid next to it. I couldn't just let that go to waste. I swiftly pulled out the cork and got to drinking. What? So in case you don't get what I'm getting at, the alchemist didn't have a single drop of the juice with that sleep medicine.
Huh. What?
Witness, you went to the trouble of opening a drink you found at a crime scene just to drink its suspicious contents? That's what I've been telling ya! I was dying of thirst! That doesn't justify what you've done! The Inquisition shall deal with this witness after the trial. He will find out what it means to be dying of thirst in a more literal meaning.
Oh my god!
However, let us not waste any more time with him now. The witch has confessed to her crimes. There's no need to investigate Sir Belduke's death any further. Indeed you are right, Inquisitor. Her role in the Sir Layton incident is not entirely clear, but a person who kills her protector, to whom she owes her very life, can be nothing other than a witch. The court has sufficient grounds to sentence her as such.
Belduke didn't drink the juice that night. And if that's true, there's one thing here that doesn't add up.
Amir is so good. I love Amir.
Mr. Wright, I have to say, there's something about this that's bothering me. I'm sure there's a contradiction lurking in that man's testimony. You think so, Luke? Can I really turn a blind eye to that? Yes. No. Mister, you're saying you opened the tomato juice bottle. But that claim contradicts a certain piece of evidence.
What? Defense, I'd like a word with you.
Yes, Your Honor?
At this point, your client's innocence has already been established. Therefore, whether there is a contradiction in that man's testimony or not should no longer be any of your concern.
That may be so, Your Honor, but even though I'm here to defend the accused, the true duty of any attorney is to uncover the truth behind what happened.
That is not true at all.
That's why he gets disbarred. My job's not done until there are no more contradictions left. I get paid by the contradiction.
Very well. Sir Blue Knight, let us hear about this contradiction you've discovered.
The bottle was first opened by that guy, meaning Belduke didn't drink any
I
of
love that
it.
he always calls him that guy.
That guy. That means there's one piece of evidence that should be very difficult to explain.
I would like to hear about this contradiction too. The defense shall present evidence. Okay, I'm saving just because I don't want to choose the wrong thing accidentally.
Sounds good.
Because I know obviously what it is.
Do you?
Well, how could he have been fucking asleep?
Yeah. But what do you present for that?
I know what the... I'm saying I know what the thing is. I don't know what the...
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. I think the contradiction is that he didn't struggle.
Oh, is it the fucking dust or whatever the fuck? No, that's gonna be related to it. That's gonna be related to it, but I don't think it's the dust.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm using a hint coin.
Or wait, yeah. That's why we have it.
So there's
crime
floor
scene
plan.
sketches.
This isn't
floor
relevant.
plan.
This is from the old one. Golden Layton, that's not gonna be anything. It's gonna be crime scene sketches, yeah.
Okay.
Present that, yeah.
Sure. Take that. Nice. The contradiction can be seen in one of the sketches of the crime scene.
In one of the sketches.
Please take a look at Sir Belduke's mouth. You can see a line of red liquid trickling down from his mouth.
Yes, well,
yes,
we've already established that it was the tomato juice. Oh!
Exactly, Your Honor. Sir Belduke didn't drink any of the tomato juice that night. I'm not on it.
It's all good. Which means there's only one other possibility. That red line is, as we thought first of all, blood! Sir Belduke must have tried to fight back the assailant and bit his tongue in doing so.
Objection!
Unfortunately, that would only bring us back to the problem we encountered earlier.
Earlier?
If the victim had put up a fight, then there should have been traces of a struggle at the crime scene, and yet, no such traces were found. That's what made you assume the witch must have used Famalia.
Yes, that is so. As I explained before, Master Belduke didn't struggle at all at the time. When I think about it now, in light of the new information, it was very unnatural.
The victim didn't drink the soporific, yet didn't struggle.
But what does this mean? If it's not tomato juice, nor blood brought about through a struggle with the murderer, then what else could it be?
Since it's not tomato juice, we have to assume it's blood after all.
Yeah, right? Gotta be that. Pouring red liquid. It's really funny. We've ruled out the possibility the victim bit his tongue while struggling with the attacker. Indeed.
Then there's got to be a different reason for that blood being there. He must have suffered internal bleeding that was somehow connected to his death, but what could have caused it? Your Honor, if I may ask one question.
A question to whom?
If I just clarify this one suspicion, I may be able to explain the blood shown in the sketch. That's why I need to question one person in particular.
Is it Grail
It's
or
a mirror, right? I think it's a mirror.
Is it a mirror?
Use a hint coin.
Yeah, fuck it.
We have 102 of them.
It's a mirror. Holy
It's a mirror.
shit.
Mister, can I ask you something? What's your name?
Yeah? Don't give me that scary look, Bluey. I know nothing. Nothing at all. I've got nothing to tell.
Amir's as innocent as a little lamb, but is his confidence more than a sham?
It's a mirror. Holy shit. So true.
He'd be better off without that bard. You drank the tomato juice that was at the crime scene, right?
Don't keep asking me about that over and over again. So what if I did?
Then I have another question for you. Did anything else disappear from the crime scene that day?
Nah, I didn't notice anything.
Objection.
Witness, just what have you done this time? You look like a dog caught making a mess on the carpet. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know about anything going missing. I'm innocent. Please, believe me, please.
Truth could drown in his swimming eyes. Some tell lies well, others cannot tell lies. Looks like my gut feeling was right. He took something from the crime scene. Something that could be directly connected to that red liquid around Balduke's mouth.
What on earth did that man steal from the crime scene? I love that everyone's immediately like, they're not like, Phoenix, what evidence do you have that he stole something? They're all immediately like, nah, that motherfucker stole some shit. What did he fucking steal?
A certain item disappeared from the crime scene that day. And at this very moment, it's highly likely that item is right in front of our very eyes.
What is here?
Isn't that right, mister?
Is it? I have no idea. Defender, I order you to show us what the item is. The item that this witness took from the crime scene.
Save.
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna save. Gotta save.
It's like last time where it was like you clicked on like the wrong part of the same object and it didn't like that. Is it the brooch?
Or is it this?
No, he's had that the whole time. Okay, this is a bad reason. I think it's the brooch because it has a different texturing than the other jewels.
I see your point.
Like it's
Here's the thing.
it's
He could have
too
had it
detailed.
The whole time, though. But he could have had it the whole time, though. Because
the goblet.
we have nothing to go on. I'm using a hint coin, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I know
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
gonna tell us the answer, and I don't care. I fucking told you.
You were right. Holy
fucking
shit.
told you. I fucking knew it. I knew that shit was suspicious. I knew it had a fucking skull on it, and there was a reason for that shit. And
I thought he had it last time.
he did have it last time, but it's been 3 months since all of this shit went down. He's had that shit for 3 months.
Oh, right. He had this at the previous trial, but this happened before. Okay, yeah. It's this bottle.
The bottle?
Miss Grey Earl, I'd like you to clarify something for me.
What would that be, Mr. Wright? My reason for thinking that, by the way, was why would that have a skull and crossbones on it? I don't think it's just alcohol. I think they want us to notice that.
Right. Good reasoning. Sir Belduke was working on creating certain medicines. He had various dangerous substances in his possession as well. How were they stored?
Master kept them in a locked medicine cabinet. The bottles were labeled, so it was clear that they were dangerous. They've all been confiscated.
As for those labels, did they resemble the label on that guy's bottle?
Mister, what are you doing with a product of Master's research? It's not what you think. I didn't have evil intentions or nothing. That bottle belonged to Master, and it was used to store strong poison. Poison strong enough to kill. Poison? What?
The red liquid trickling down Sir Belduke's mouth was definitely blood. Now, as for what caused him to bleed like that from his mouth, it was the deadly poison from the bottle this guy stole from the crime scene.
This is outrageous. What?
I like the bard just been there this whole time chilling.
I know. Order! 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 Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, do you just expect me to keep quiet? It was poison! Poison! Am I gonna die? Just wait and see. Time will tell. Yeah, I guess.
Amir, just like Killua, is immune to poison. Thank you.
He's immune to poison because he's drank so fucking much that poison to him just is the only thing that gets him drunk anymore. This is what I think it is. More importantly,
I don't think it's actually poison. I think it got swapped.
Maybe. More importantly, I want to know why you have that bottle.
Amir's Zoldyck, yes. The one they don't talk about.
Well, that's, remember I told you I drank the Alchemist tomato juice?
Oh my god.
Indeed. It's not something easy to forget, especially having heard it several times. Well, that was right when I saw it on the floor. This bottle right here was totally empty. And I thought, you know, such a fancy looking bottle and all. I'm a bit of a skull fancier. They have this air of danger about them, right?
They certainly do.
So, since he was there, and I was there too, I felt we were kind of meant for each other. I thought, this bottle's so classy, I could die for it. Had any poison been left in the bottle, you'd have died instantly, but if it was empty, it was probably harmless. Oh, hear that? I'm gonna live! I'm gonna live! Good thing I rinsed it well before use. Smart one, me, I am. But if the victim was killed by poison, that raises a new question, of course. Who could have poisoned him? Sorry, who could have poisoned him?
Considering all the evidence and the testimonies we've heard today, the answer is so close I can taste it.
So obviously the poison is the powder that was on the floor, right?
Maybe. I don't remember enough. But yeah, I think it was Miss Mailer that did it, though. Emir continuing to be the best example of queer rep in this game. Can't recycle a glass bottle. Gotta reuse. This is my favorite glass bottle I pulled from the recycling bin. I literally have a glass skull bottle that I keep just in the the containers.
You're so Emir coded. You're so Emir
no!
coded. It's crazy. You're so just like him.
Oh, the worst thing. The worst thing.
It's himself.
Sir Belduke was poisoned by
himself.
It's himself, right?
Yeah.
Because Emir's not going anywhere. It was, of course, Sir Belduke himself.
Sir Belduke himself? What?
Sir Belduke took that poison of his own will. His death was suicide.
That is preposterous. A suicide? Inconceivable! I don't know the meaning of the word.
Think about it, Inquisitor. That would explain the most unnatural aspect of his death.
The most unnatural aspect?
Miss Grey Earl, when you were strangling Sir Belduke, he put up no fight whatsoever. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Until today, I was convinced it was due to the sleep medicine.
It wasn't, because he didn't take any. The truth is, when you gripped his throat, Sir Belduke was already dead. He had poisoned himself.
Ugh. I have a good little glass jar for all the little ketchup packets I get from restaurants that I use whenever we run out of ketchup.
I hate how correct you are, Fen. Amir is the... Yep.
He's queer! He's queer! I think we need to claim him, and I think we should let him into the community.
Do we need to?
No
Do
questions
we need
asked.
to?
We give him, we let him lead the pride parade. I mean, he's a little confused about pronouns, but I think he'll get it. I think he'll get it.
He'll get it.
I think that if Grey Earl was, like, able to clearly be like, I'm this, I use these pronouns, I think he would catch on. I think he'd figure it out. But would the poison have caused him to bleed from his mouth? I personally know of no poison that works instantly and causes some symptoms.
Instantly? Oh, you don't? I can't tell them that it happens on TV all the time.
There are certain plants in this area that contain a highly poisonous substance. In the course of his research, Master Belduke found a way to extract that poison. What am I hearing? Is there really such a dangerous plant in Labyrinthia? The poison is very bitter to taste, so it would be impossible to secretly slip it into someone's food or drink. It would cause internal damage. It is a very powerful poison. Drinking it will induce the most painful death.
You're so right, Fen.
He's one of our queer elders. And to think Sir Belduke could. But did Sir Belduke really choose such an agonizing death for himself? I just want us to all remember that when Fen looked up who is shipped with who from this game, he found that there is in fact shipping done between Burnham and Amir.
Oh my god, I did not remember that.
That was who was shipped together because he's gay.
Wow. Wow. Only you remembered it, apparently, Bree.
This is why I've thought about him being gay the whole time. I've literally been looking at him like that's a gay man. It's an annoying gay man, but he's a gay man.
The alcoholism, the...
The alcoholism, the flashy digs, the fact that he has a homoerotic relationship with like 3 different men.
Terrible memory.
Terrible memory. Loves reusing glass jars.
Really, he's got it all.
He's got it all. It doesn't seem like he suffered that much. I would like to know that too.
Miss Grey Earl.
Mean to say Master killed himself after exposing me as a witch? I cannot believe it. He just wouldn't commit suicide. Indeed, we cannot take such a theory at face value. Had he committed suicide, I dare say he would have left a suicide note. Like the fucking letter! Idiot. Sorry.
I can't say why Sir Belduke committed suicide, but I think there's a piece of evidence that can confirm his suicide was a possibility.
There is a piece of evidence like that? If you have such evidence, you ought to present it to the court immediately. Present the evidence indicating that Sir Belduke's death could have been a suicide. Fuck it, no. Fuck no. Fuck no.
It's the letter.
You think?
What else?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm saving anyway.
Smart.
Take that! That's Sir Belduke's letter. Let's see, it was addressed to the storyteller, wasn't it?
This is the last letter written by Sir Belduke. Now, if his death was a suicide, then this letter may well be his suicide note.
Objection!
A death note, if you will.
What we have here is nothing more than blank sheets of parchment. Whether or not there was a suicide note is something we can only speculate about. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, sorry.
But there is one person who knows whether this letter was really a suicide note.
You mean the person who swapped its contents? In other words, you, Jean Grey Earl.
Where'd everyone else go?
Witness, you stole Sir Belduke's letter on the night of the crime. Tell us what was written in it. I don't know. What? You don't know? I did steal the letter, yes. But I don't know what its contents were. You mean you have not read it? I couldn't bring myself to read it. It seemed that if I did, everything that had happened since Master Belduke saved my life would be ruined in an instant. I've taken it out and held it in my hands many times. But no matter what, I just couldn't.
Miss Grey Earl, can you tell us where that letter is now?
I have it here. I brought it.
Oh. Just in
Very
case.
conveniently.
You're carrying it around with you? If you were searched, you would have been done for.
What's searched? These people don't know what searched is. That night, having killed Master Belduke, I decided to stay in his residence. I knew my identity would be revealed sooner or later. I was ready for it. So until that time, I decided to always keep the letter with me. My lord. Yes, witness? If you don't mind, could you please read it aloud? Now that I'm here, in this place of judgment, I think I'm finally ready to hear what Master wrote.
Hold it! Miss Grey Earl.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you should be the one to read it.
Me?
alright.
Sir Belduke wrote this letter to the storyteller as he was preparing to die. I think it's only right his last words should be read by you.
Yes, you're right. I see. I understand. Please allow me to read the letter aloud. My dear friend, I hope you will be able to forgive me for leaving this world of my own will. I have finally made this decision, having seen that accursed bell tower
appear in the flames on that dreadful night. That lightning was a sign that we have angered the gods.
A word?
What I have done cannot be forgiven. I can never escape from it. For the past few days, I have been thinking that it might be best to simply expose everything. This town's secret, the truth about the witch. Of course, I understand that secrets need to be kept. However, I have grown very tired. I'm afraid I cannot keep the secret any longer. I have only two concerns. The first is my daughter. It pains me to be leaving her alone in this world, although she probably doesn't think of me as her father.
A daughter?
I was not aware that Sir Belduke had a daughter.
Mr. Belduke seemed to know a lot about this town. This town's secret, and the truth about the witch.
Truth about the witch? Somehow I don't think he was talking about Miss Grey Earl.
Oh. The second matter, weighing heavily on my mind, is that Jean will be left on her own.
Seeing her growing up, so strong and righteous, in defiance of her fate, had given me hope. A short while ago, she brought me my usual, and what will be my last, drink. There are so many things I wanted to tell her, but I could only manage a thank you. She is a very sharp child. Had I said any more, she would have caught on. You could call me a selfish man, but I didn't wish my last memory of her to be a sad one.
Master Belduke. If the fate handed to her by this town has made her life an ordeal until now, I hope from the bottom of my heart that a wonderful story awaits her next. I intend to leave my residence to her, and I would like you to look out for her.
Alas, it is time for me to put my pen down. My dear friend, what I truly wish to express to you is too complicated for words. I hope one day you will understand, but for now I bid you farewell. The time has come for me to go.
That's sad. That's fucked up.
Yeah, all the cases are sad in this game.
Yeah.
It wasn't a denunciation of me being a witch.
Master Belduke cared about you until the very end.
Yes, how could I have forgotten? I'm sure I knew it all along. So why did I? How could I have done that to him?
Miss Grayrel.
Milord. What is it, Inquisitor Barnum? I think it is about time for the guilty verdict.
Guilty?
The Inquisition withdraws the charges against Maya Fey and charges Jean Grayrel with being a witch. All the evidence corroborates this accusation, and she even admits her guilt. Hence, the Inquisition asks that the witch be found guilty and punished immediately.
Objection!
Not so fast, Inquisitor Barnum.
What do you want now, Sir Blue Knight?
Admittedly, Miss Grayrel did attempt to strangle Sir Belduke. But he had consumed a deadly poison and was already dead at the time. Therefore, she is not guilty of murder. And one more thing. It also wasn't Miss Grayrel who turned Professor Layton into gold. There was another witch present at the crime scene. The defendant, Maya, saw her too. To put it simply, Miss Grayrel didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, she didn't kill anyone, and yet you still want to burn her?
Maya.
Do you even know how it feels to be put in this cage? It's like everyone's against you and it's super frightening. I'm not a witch, but I've been thrown into this cage and almost sent for something I didn't do. And now you're about to do the same to another person? That's just not right. Is that all you have to say? Huh? The one who's in the wrong is not me, but you, Sir Blue Knight. Whether the witch committed a crime or not is completely irrelevant. This is the witch's court. All witches must be punished by fire. But that's crazy.
Why? Why burn him?
Inquisitor Barnum is absolutely right. Being a witch is a crime. You understand that, don't you, Miss Grayrel? Yes? Very well, then. The court is ready to issue the final verdict. Maya Fey is found innocent, and in her place, Jean Grayrel is found guilty of being a witch, and shall be cast into the fire.
No, you can't!
is it now, Espella Cantabella?
There is nothing else we can do. This is the course of things, and you should know it well.
Indeed. All witches shall be cast into the flames. That is the law of this town. A law that was written by your very own father. And furthermore, a law that has always been obeyed in the town of Labyrinthia.
A town like this should never exist in the first place.
What? Such insolence!
That's heresy! She's criticizing the storyteller's story! Even the storyteller's daughter has no right to criticize the story!
Trials in which innocent people are sentenced to death by fire. I shall make sure this is the last one.
What do you mean, Espella?
Since you're also keen on the rules created by the storyteller, you should know exactly what I mean. The stipulation for ending the witch trials. Once the Great Witch Bazella is burned, the witch trials will end. At present, I am under suspicion. You know very well why that is, don't you?
You? But you don't mean that you're...
I am guilty. I am the Great Witch Bazella.
What?
Now, cast me into the flames and let Miss Grail free. Miss Cantabella. This shall be the last of the witch trials. No one else need be burned hereafter.
Espella, just what are you saying? I can't let you do that.
Please, Mr. Wright, let me do as I wish. I'm sorry, but this is a problem concerning the people of Labyrinthia.
No! Please don't do it! There must be another way! You don't need to do this!
It's all right. Luke, Maya, Mr. Wright, and Mr. Layton. I truly appreciate all you have done for me.
This can't be happening.
Miss Cantabella, your confession will have very serious, or rather, fatal consequences for you. May we assume that you fully understand those consequences and are willing to accept them?
I am Espella Cantabella, the storyteller's daughter, but I also have another name. I am the Great Witch Bazella. I have lived hidden in the dark pages of my father's story, deceiving all of you. Many lives have been sacrificed because of me. But that shall end today.
Court attendants, seize that woman! She is the Great Witch Bazella.
This isn't happening.
Yeah, obviously. Storyteller's gonna intervene because it's his daughter. That's what I think's about to happen here.
I don't trust this game. Maya's so fucking dope. I love Maya so much.
This just isn't right. Let's go. Nick, give me a hand. Jump over there. But hurry.
They're getting away!
Oh.
Maya!
Help me, Nick.
Espella! Quick, in here!
Stop! You've got to stop! Maya!
Can't believe Maya canonically died here. That's crazy.
I wonder if this is why this game is panned.
I don't think Maya's dead here. Maya did not die.
I don't think this game is canon.
I mean, I don't think it's canon either, but Maya did not die here. There's no fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
We
Well, that gives
constantly
me hope
just-
for the first trial. Kind of. Because literally, we have not had anyone who isn't sympathetic.
Yeah. Also, like, obviously, before we came along, there's, like, so many people that they
Yeah.
just, like, killed because they weren't using
Yeah.
logic in their courts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Chapter 5, A
Let's
Taste
take our
of
break.
Despair.
second break.
Yeah. Let's wait until it pauses with its dialogue. All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah, let's take our break.
Take a break.